All right, so you've spent weeks digging into your research, and now comes the big moment, turning all that work into the first draft of your major paper. In this explainer, we're going to build that draft together, step by step. Let's get into it.
We've all been there, right? Staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page with a huge word count just looming over you. It can feel pretty overwhelming, but don't worry. Think of this as your map. We're going to use it to get you from that very first sentence all the way to the last.
Every paper has a mission briefing, and this is yours. We're aiming for about 1,300 words, due Monday, March 23rd. You'll be working with your one primary source and 6 secondary scholarly sources. And of course, the whole thing needs to be in perfect MLA 9th edition format. These are the rules of the game we need to follow for a big win. Now, this is a really crucial insight. Look at how this draft is graded. It's an even 20% split across 5 different areas. You know what that tells you? It means that a totally brilliant argument can get dragged down by sloppy formatting, and perfect organization isn't going to save a paper that has weak analysis. The big takeaway here, a balanced approach is absolutely your key to a great grade.
So here's our blueprint for today. We've covered the mission, and now we're going to move step by step through crafting your introduction, building your body paragraphs, tackling the counterargument, writing a conclusion, and finally, running through a pre-submission checklist.
Let's start with your introduction. This is your first impression. It's your chance to set the stage and tell your reader exactly what you're going to argue and why it's a big deal.
Think of a strong introduction like a recipe with 4 key ingredients. You start with a hook to grab the reader's attention. Then you add the background, just introducing your primary source. Next, you establish the context to show why this topic really matters. And finally, the most critical part, you deliver your clear, powerful thesis statement.
Let's be really clear about this. Your thesis is the beating heart of your entire paper. Everything flows from it. It's your core argument, stated directly. Using the I argue that framework is a great way to guarantee you're being clear. It forces you to lay out the key reasons that will become the roadmap for your body paragraphs. And don't forget, getting this one sentence right is worth a full 20% of your grade. It's a huge deal.
Okay, once you've got your thesis locked in, you're ready to build the main structure of your paper, the body paragraphs. This is where you'll do the heavy lifting, presenting your evidence and really digging into the analysis to prove your argument.
If you remember one thing, remember this golden rule. 1 paragraph, 1 key idea. Each paragraph should be its own self-contained unit that focuses on proving a single, specific point that supports your overall thesis. This keeps your argument clear, focused, and so much easier for your reader to follow. This slide gives you the perfect formula for every single body paragraph you write. Start with a topic sentence that makes a clear point. Back it up with evidence from your sources. Then comes the most important part. Analyze it. You have to explain how that evidence proves your point. Finally, wrap it all up and transition smoothly to the next idea. Follow this formula, and you'll build a really powerful argument. It's also so important to understand the different jobs your sources have. Your primary source gives you the what. That's the raw evidence, the quotes, the scenes you are analyzing. Your secondary sources, they provide the so what. That's the scholarly conversation that helps you explain why your evidence is so significant. You need both to build a convincing argument. This quote from the guidelines is pretty much everything. Your job is not to just tell the reader what happened in the book or film. Your job is to be an analyst. You have to constantly explain how and why the evidence you've chosen proves the specific point you're making. Analysis is the goal, not summary. All right, now for a move that will take your paper from good to great, the counter-argument. And this isn't about admitting you're wrong. It's about showing you're a sophisticated thinker who has considered the topic from all sides. So what is a counter-argument? It's simply an opposing viewpoint. The strategic move here is to bring it up yourself and then skillfully dismantle it. This shows the reader that you're confident, you've considered all the angles, and that your own argument is the most convincing one. And doing it is a simple 3-step process. First, introduce the opposing view fairly using one of your secondary sources. Second, acknowledge its merits briefly, show you understand it. Finally, you refute it. Use your own evidence and analysis to show why that viewpoint is limited or flawed and why your own argument is way more convincing. You've built your case, and now it's time for the final piece, a powerful conclusion. This is your last chance to drive your argument home and really leave a lasting impression on your reader. A strong conclusion kind of mirrors the structure of your intro, which brings the whole paper full circle. First, restate your thesis in a fresh way. Second, briefly summarize your key points. Third, and this is crucial, discuss the broader implications. You have to answer that so what question one last time. And finally, leave your reader with a powerful, thought-provoking final thought. You've written the draft. You are almost there, but don't hit that submit button just yet. Let's run through the final polish to make sure you're turning in your absolute best work. Don't lose easy points on formatting. Use this slide as your checklist for all the MLA requirements, from the font and margins to the works cited page. Pausing for a minute to double-check every single one of these details is well worth your time, I promise. And here are the final big picture reminders. Have you focused on analysis? Have you introduced every source before you quote it? Does your essay flow logically with good transitions? And most importantly, have you proofread carefully? Pro tip, reading your paper out loud is a great way to catch awkward phrasing and typos. And here it is one last time, the deadline, Monday, March 23rd by 11:59 p.m. Put it in your calendar, set a reminder, and give yourself plenty of time to upload without any of that last-minute stress. You've done the research, you have the blueprint, and now you have a clear plan of attack. That blank page isn't so scary anymore, is it? Just break it down, step by step, and build your argument. You totally got this.